Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about the Seattle Seahawks. Big time game, sitting at 6-5, headed to Los Angeles to take on the suffering Los Angeles Rams. They are without just a bunch of players, specifically on the defensive end, but also on the offensive end. This is a big game, and I don't even really want to get into predictions here, but I don't know why Seattle would lose this football game, considering what the Rams are going through right now. But in recent history, in recent memory, the Rams have kind of had the Seahawks number. But at the same time, whose number have the Rams not had? I mean, they're coming off a fresh Super Bowl, very good football team. But this year, it kind of just goes to show you, you can only pay for so much. Once guys get injured, or once guys leave, or once guys get older out of their prime, it kind of catches up to you. But when you win a championship, you win a championship, right? A Super Bowl is still a Super Bowl. To me, the differentiating factor for Seattle for the duration of the season is the defense. And, currently the defense ranks number 28th, which is not what you want to see. They're giving up just about 26 points per game. The good news is they're averaging about 27 points per game, but they're the fourth worst statistical defense in the league. What sucks about this past week against Vegas is the defense was trending in a beautiful direction. They gave up 21 to both Tampa Bay and Arizona on the road, held New York to just 13 points, Chargers 23, Arizona the week before that 9, and we kind of know how the first couple of games for the Seahawks season started, which was why they were 2-3. You gave up 39 to Seattle, or the Saints. You gave up 45 to Detroit. Defense wasn't quite there yet. The offense wasn't necessarily clicking on all cylinders, but the differentiating factor to me is the defense. It's just the defense, right? I like the direction, I should say. I like the direction they've been trending, and we'll talk about it a little bit more. But before we get into it, if you guys enjoy this video, you like Seahawks content, I've been posting a bunch of it. Seahawk Nation, you guys have absolutely blessed my channel, absolutely been blessed in my life, so I appreciate you guys. I will 100% continue to cover this team regardless of how the season goes, or week by week or whatever. So appreciate all the love. Let me know what you guys are thinking about the Seahawks down below. But I still view this team at worst as 10-7. Regardless of the defense, regardless of the offense, I view this team as 10-7. This year, to me, in the NFL, outside of maybe the Kansas City Chiefs, it just feels very special, right? In the NFC, to be specific, you have teams like Minnesota just having a historic season. You have the Commanders charging ahead. It feels genuinely like the NFC specifically is just completely up for grabs. Divisional opponents, they're always going to be a lot more difficult, but Geno Smith is having one phenomenal season, and if the turnovers can just continue to go downhill, or I guess, the last 2 weeks have been a little bit tough, but, when you give up 40, I saw so many comments from mainly Raiders fans, but some Seahawks fans and NFL fans in general talking about giving up 40 to the worst team in football. There's something special, back to that special word, there's something going on in Las Vegas. Vegas has a really, really good football team, and last week and the week before that, they've been clicking on offense. It's still not an excuse. There were some questionable calls. I guess they went both ways as well, but it was a game Seattle, same thing with Tampa Bay. These are games you got to win. The good news for the Seahawks is it's not like you're one and done. It's not like you're the Los Angeles Rams, which, by the way, you guys play them 2 more times, and, the Rams are suffering, right? Not to be disrespectful or rude if you're a Rams fan especially, but they're struggling and they're suffering, right? Backup QB, decimating defense, injuries, they're just piling up. So that's good because I think the culture has completely shifted for Seattle. I understand why some fans they're cautious, I think is the perfect word to describe this upcoming week. On the road football games in the NFL, they're not easy. Doesn't matter who you're playing, doesn't matter how that team is really doing. Road football games, and I guess, just in general, any football week, it's any given Sunday, right? So it's a saying for a reason. But if Geno Smith can just do what he's been doing, if Kenneth Walker can just do what he's done, and if this defense can just do what it's been doing ever since the first week of first week of October, what it's been doing for the last 8 weeks or so, I feel good. And after that, you come back home, you play Carolina, you got a tester against San Francisco, go to Kansas City, come back home to play the Jets, and then you got the Rams. So, there's some difficult games sprinkled in there like San Francisco and Kansas City. So the way I see it is we're kind of about to learn a lot about the Seahawks team. But like I said, either way, to just be optimistic for Seahawk Nation here, the future is so bright, man. Both sides, the rookies have been balling out. Geno Smith is just like a nice breath of fresh air. I know Pete Carroll has gotten so much slack. He's gotten a lot of stuff going on in his career. A lot of people don't like him necessarily. But, even as like a Notre Dame fan, in the USC rival days, I have nothing but respect. I have nothing but love for Pete Carroll. I know he cares for his team. I know he is willing to just put it all on the line, which he's done his entire career. Like, he loves his football team, and he's going to do whatever it takes to get those victories. So, there's just something special about this Seahawks team where, even, I'm not saying they're going to go win the Super Bowl, right? I'm not saying that. But any given Sunday, I feel good about this week. I feel good about the week afterwards. I'm not trying to get too far ahead here, but there's something about this team, man. You started 2-3, got a win against Denver, lost, that game against San Francisco. Well, we don't even want to talk about that. Lost to Atlanta, we don't even want to talk about that. Got the win against Detroit, but gave up 45. Lost to New Orleans. 2-3. Any team that's 2-3, and you come back 2 months later to a above 500 record, you deserve some love. You deserve some respect. So, like I said, man, maybe the Super Bowl isn't this year, right? If we're being real, maybe it isn't this year. There's teams like Kansas City that just look very, very talented, but the future is so bright. The GMs, the coaches, they know what they're doing. There's a lot to be excited about, but I still am not giving up. If you're 8-5, headed into around Christmas time against a divisional rival in San Francisco, the good news is you're home. Still not necessarily sold on San Francisco, but that's the Packer and me being a little bit biased. I don't know, man. I feel good. I feel hopeful and I feel optimistic for Seattle, even just this year. Like I said, especially long term, but I feel optimistic about this season. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Hit that like button, hit that sub button, and I'll see you guys later.